Okay, let's get two things out of the way first. Firstly, spoilers. The story is exactly what the title says it is, so it's no spoiler that Superman dies. Heavily based on the original comic book event and covering similar ground to the Superman Doomsday animated film, and the finale of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Death of a Superman covers, well, the death of a Superman. Secondly, this film does it better than all of those versions. And I mean all of them. It's easily one of the best DC animated films of all time. And it's kind of funny because recently, since Justice League War, the DC animated movies have been either a hit or miss for me. But as for this movie, I can definitely say they got this right. Superman's life has been a good one lately. The citizens of Metropolis and the world respects and admires him. His fight for the truth and justice is one he's winning easily. And even the Justice League seems to be doing well. If there's one area of his life where things don't seem to be going smoothly, it's with his civilian's alter ego Clark Kent's relationship with Lois, and he struggles to tell his biggest secret to a woman he loves. However, when a meteor lands in the ocean carrying Doomsday, an unstoppable creature who knows nothing but rage, everything for Superman, as Doomsday wreaks havoc, leaving a trail of death and destruction, it wakes. Even the combined might of the Justice League are incapable of stopping it. Only Superman can stop the creature, and we all know this wasn't going to be an easy fight. Fans of the comics will be aware that the story was never really about his death at all, but rather about what makes him the world's greatest superhero. He always does the right thing and always inspires hope for everyone. For that, Superman has to be shown in the best light as possible, and the death of a Superman wastes little time in presenting him as an understandably beloved hero of Metropolis. He says the right thing even though they sound a bit cheesy. He's polite enough to greet complete strangers, and he rescues innocent bystanders. He's a great man, and people love and respect him for that. That's what makes his impending death resonate so powerfully. Basically, it's everything that Zack Snyder got wrong about Superman's death in Batman vs. Superman. The impact of the loss of a Superman means something here. While the death of a Superman may lack a few more tender moments seen in Superman Doomsday and in the comic books, it still has enough to make an impact. A great deal of the first half of the film establishes the importance of Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, and even the lovable Bebo in a Superman's life. And his importance is in theirs as much as the Justice League. It's important to experience that, because the core of the story is emotional connection. Meanwhile, the future plot threads are brought up in subtle ways which feels incredibly natural. Doomsday carries a genuine sense of menace as he easily plows his way through the Justice League's roster, and every hit feels solid. Of course, it all leads up to the inevitable slugfest with the Man of Steel, and the final battle does not disappoint. Granted, there are a few problems scattered through the death of Superman. Rainn Wilson seems to be a masochist for the voice of Lex Luthor. I really didn't think this voice actor suited Lex Luthor, although it doesn't help that Lex's contributions to the story is unfocused. Likewise, a couple of important characters' introductions are grossed over so briefly, although it's still good that they're included anyways. Also, a little more coverage of Jonathan and Martha Kent would have been appreciated, and Superman's poor attempts at comedy feel a bit heavy-handed as they were in the live-action Justice League film. Aside from these minor problems, just about everything in The Death of a Superman works perfectly. It's intelligent, well-written script from Peter Tomasi that takes the source material and faithfully reworks it into something more cinematic. In many ways, it's a shame that the script wasn't used for the live-action DC Cinematic Universe movies, because it would have been brilliant. While The Death of a Superman is not a perfect movie, it's a must-see DC film, which delivers the goods. The Death of a Superman gets an 8.5 out of 10. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.